Good morning. Today I'm going to take you through the building process of the year's last big project, start to almost finish, my desperately needed storage shed. Let's get right into it. Alright, I just got my lumber ordered and it should get delivered to my place on Wednesday. So I think it's time to go home, get the holes dug for the posts, and I guess get ready to start building. This project is one I've had in mind for a long time, at least since last fall when it became apparent how desperately I needed somewhere to put all of my stuff. I don't really place a lot of value in objects, so a lot of my tools and belongings tend to spend a lot of time strewn across the yard collecting dust and getting rained on. And yes, I know that's kind of poor form as a builder, but I tend to learn things best if some poor decision comes back to bite me, and as of yet, all the power tools still work great. But what I do place a ton of value in is orderliness, which has been mostly absent from my life since I moved up here. Right now, the biggest quality of life improvement I could give myself, way more than electricity, running water, or plumbing, is just having a clear state of mind knowing everything is in its place, out of the rain, and taken care of. While I waited for my lumber to arrive, I got started spacing out all my post holes and digging them in. This certainly is one of the most tedious parts of the process due to how much precision is involved in making sure everything is square, level, and plumb, but it was definitely an interesting test of how much I learned from building the cabin. One thing is for sure, I'm definitely a much more confident as well as competent builder than I was when I came up here last spring. I used the word tedious earlier for a reason. My ground is full of gravel and big stones, and it's usually pretty difficult to dig, but at least I knew exactly what I was doing this time around. The foundation definitely took the most time to put together. About halfway through the construction, it started raining and basically hasn't stopped since. I mean, there's been a couple nice days, and by a couple I mean about 3 in the last month and a half, but Alaskan fall, as gorgeous as it is, has really done its best to make building as uncomfortable as possible. But fortunately for me, I got a bit of a break when the rain gave way to about a week or so of overcast, and things dried out enough to make for some really nice, mild building weather, which meant it was time to throw on the OSB for the floor and get started on the walls. For the walls, I went with the same single pitch roof I did for the cabin, as well as a 6-foot back wall and an 8-foot front wall, which went together super quickly. It was really nice to get some more framing practice and really get comfortable with it, which honestly goes for this whole project. I'm getting to the point where I really feel like I'm in my element putting things like this together. I even got a bit of help from Ian on one day when he came down to visit, but we didn't really get much done. The next day I got started on the exterior walls and stood up the one I had built the day before. I'm really glad I didn't try and put any more sheets of OSB on before attempting to stand it up. With even one, it was way heavier than I thought it would be, and any more would have been just about impossible for one person to maneuver it to the edge where it needed to go. With the front wall nailed in place, braced, and mostly finished, I grabbed all the lumber to get started on the back wall, which I was honestly looking forward to, mostly because I knew I'd make a lot of progress quickly without having to do any thinking. All that really needed to be done was cutting the 8-footers I'm using for studs down a couple feet, marking off where they need to go, and slapping it all together. For this wall I had the foresight to put it up without any OSB, so it went up much easier and was incredibly simple to get nailed and leveled. Once that was finished, I got started on the OSB. Each piece just needed one simple cut and I could throw them on. I started making some good use of the level floor as well. I really don't know why I didn't use it to cut the other pieces. It just makes everything much easier having the sawhorses on a nice flat surface. With the front and back walls mostly finished, I got started on the end walls, which I'd been dreading from the start, because I decided early on that I was going to do them right. When my friends and I were framing the cabin, we basically put the end walls together without any slope, and only cut a slope for the top board that would just sit under the rafters, which worked, but definitely wasn't as supportive of the roof as it could have been. So for this building, I wanted to go out of my way to cut all of those annoying angled cuts and put everything together properly. Hey, last minute editing Mick here. I'm in Daniel's rental. Please forgive the atrocious audio quality in this next clip. I'm sorry, I did it really quickly this morning. And that is gonna just about do it for today. I'm so sorry about how long this has taken to get out. A lot of things have gotten in the way of this building process. I wanted to get the whole thing finished and just do it in one video, but you know, it's been way too long. I need to put something out. So this first half of the building process is this video, and the next one will be out soon. If anyone is interested, this is today's art auction. I'm only doing one piece. And a special thing about this piece today, whoever ends up being the highest bidder for this piece will end up with their name on this shed, and it will be their building for all of time and eternity until it, you know, burns down or sinks into the ground or something. If you like my art and want to be a part of channel history, all you have to do to bid is go to my email, the video description below, bettingonalaska@gmail.com. Write a quick email that says, hey, this is how much I'm willing to pay. I will get in contact with the winner of that option and get their piece to them as quick as I possibly can. I have to get to church. You guys have a lovely day, and toil for your food. See you around.